Action. Izzah, take one.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To examiner and to all my friends. The situation that I have been given is to share my opinion on the pros and cons of internet or online banking. Okay. My first point is it can the online bank. My point is the online banking is provides convenience to all the users, because my first point is it. Okay, take two.
Izzah, take two.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to examiner and to all the candidates. The task that have been given to me is to share my opinion, the pros and cons of internet or online banking. In my opinion, internet or online banking give or provides convenience to all the users. My first point is because online banking is never closed. Nowadays, everyone have their own laptop and or Wi-Fi. Then they just can use the laptop or smartphone to make the online banking. My second point is it can never waste your time, because when we are using the smartphone or laptop, that always with us, so we don't need to go to the ATM or the bank. Okay. My third point is to avoid traffic jam, because nowadays everyone they don't need to go to the bank, so they can avoid to the traffic jam. In my conclusion, the online banking provides convenience to users, and like I said before, it never close, and never waste our time, and it can avoid traffic jam.
Adnani, take one. Action.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi to examiners and also to my friends. Okay, for the first topic, I agree that online internet banking provide excellent service. Why? First, my point is we can save our time or from the jam, from the transport, right? So if you going to use the internet banking, so of course you can get your money from the house, right? It's like online, so it's easy. You in front of the laptop and you just click anything on the keyboard, and then yes, you can get what you want. Okay, for the second point is secure. Why I say secure? Because if you use the internet banking, of course your money is in the bank, and it's like the money is not in your hand, right? If you bring the money everywhere, of course people will detect you. It's like the thief, of course, they want that money, so they will chase you. So the second point I stress it, secure, cannot be robbed easily. Okay, for the third point is convenient, or I can say it is arrangeable. Why? Because if you travel to anywhere, it's like you go to overseas, whatever, you want to get money, right? So of course online banking is the best way to you to get the money easy, because if you go to bank, it's like you go there and just took the money from there, it's like people can see you what you do, and people follow you if they want to rob you. So for the third point is convenience and arrangeable, where you can get your money everywhere. Okay, it's easy for you. For example, if you're a tourist, go for somewhere, right? Okay, and for the conclusion is I can stress back my point is, first, can save your time or jam from from get in traffic light, and the second is secure, and third is convenience. So that's all my point. Thank you.
Khadijah, take one. Action.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and good morning to examiners and all my friends. The situation I be given is internet and online banking is insecure. Okay, I believe that most of the Malaysian people nowadays use the online banking to make their life more easier. Okay, first of all, I propose that my point first is loss of ID and password. Okay, why I say so? Because sometimes we are human, so we forget our password, because we have too many accounts, FB, Twitter, so there are so many accounts, so we didn't remember the password, and then we need to go to the bank to change the new password, so it's kind hard to do. And then my next point is there are hackers everywhere. Okay, because nowadays the people is very expert in IT. They can get your ID, your password in easy steps. I don't know what their step, but because I don't expert in IT, so I think there's hacker everywhere, so it's very insecure. And my third point is can misuse the account. Why I say so? Because if you put wrong account number, even just one number, you might lose your money. Yes, it makes look nonsense, but it happens nowadays. So remember your account number. Okay, as a result, my conclusion is online banking is very insecure because the 3 point: loss of ID and password. There are hackers everywhere, and we can misuse the account number. So that's all.
Yeah.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and very good morning to examiner and all candidates. According to the situation given, I have to share my opinion about pro and cons internet banking. First, my opinion.
Via, take two action.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and very good morning to examiner and all candidates. According to the situation given, I have to share my opinion about the pros and cons internet banking. My main point is inconvenient. The first point, inconvenient. Why internet is convenient? Because if internet have problem, such as internet have not work up or slow, that can make us to take some time to get account started. The second point, hard to use for the who don't know how to use internet. Example, old woman or old man don't know how to use PUK number, and we have to request for the online banking. The third point, if we forget our PUK number or password, we can use online banking, and it's convenient us to use online banking. In conclusion, online banking has pros and cons for the all people. Thank you.
Via, take three action.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and very good morning to examiner and all candidates. According to the session given, I have to share my opinions about the pros and cons internet online banking. My main point is inconvenient. Inconvenient means not easy to use. For my first opinion about inconvenient is internet have problem. If internet have problem, such as internet is not work out or slow, that can make us to take time to get account started, and it's convenient for businessmen or businesswomen to make work. Second point, it's hard to use for the who don't know IT, such as the old people. The old people not easy to use. Example, PUK number. If we don't know how to use internet, we don't know what's mean PUK number. Third point is if we forget our PUK number or password, we can use online banking, and it's convenient to us to use online banking. such as if we want to make a business online, that to transfer a large money. If we forget POK number, we can use online banking. In conclusion, for my opinion, online banking has a pro and cons for the all people, but it's convenient for if internet have problem. Thank you.
Amin, take 1, action.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning. My name is Muhammad Amin bin Muhammad Kamil, and I am the candidate A for the global warming topic. Today, I would like to talk about my opinion, which is how to reduce global warming. My opinion, my first point. Okay.
Amin, take 2, action.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning. Today, I am candidate A for the topic Practice 19, which is global warming. In my opinion, my first opinion is how to reduce global warming is to organize a nationwide tree planting. Okay.
Amin, take 3, action.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning. My name is Muhammad Amin bin Muhammad Kamil, and I am the candidate A for topic global warming. Okay. My first point is how to reduce global warming is by organizing a tree planting nationwide projects. By tree planting, it can reduce the carbon dioxide and produce more oxygen, which is better for the human and the animals or the living things in this world. Okay. Next, my second point is it will cover up all the illegal logging, which is when the illegal loggers log or cut down all the trees. By tree planting, we can cover it and then make the world greener and a better place to live with a better fresh air. And furthermore, my third point is
Amin, take 4, action.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning. Today, my name is Muhammad Amin bin Muhammad Kamil from candidate A. I would like to talk about the how to reduce global warming. Is by organizing a nationwide tree planting projects. And I would like to elaborate my first point, which is by tree planting, we can reduce the heat on Earth, as the leaf from the big tree can cover up the sunrise from the UV ray, and we people or the animals on the ground will be much cooler and better. Next, my second point is by planting trees, meaning that we are planting and oxygen as well. As we all know, trees provide oxygen for us human, and we human produce carbon dioxide for trees. By planting trees also, it can also produce a better fresh air and a cooler environment for us. My next point, which is my third point, is by planting trees we can cover the logging process, whereas we all know nowadays loggers like to cut down trees for their own satisfaction, especially illegal loggers. So by planting trees we can cover up all the dead trees or all the trees that has been cut down. Okay, for my conclusion is, if you want a better or cooler air, and if you want to live in a better place in Earth, we must plant trees to avoid global warming.
Jolla, take 1, action.
Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to everyone. Today I am candidate A, and the topic for today is technology has brought a lot of change in our life and has a huge impact on the career and livelihood of many people. And I think the most affected people is the farmer. My first point is the farmers are able to get a better harvest, and they also can save their cost. because they just need to use their money to buy the technology and didn't need anymore to buy a lot of plant or get a lot of time to harvest their plant. Secondly is the farmer can be richer and can get a better lifestyle. It's because the technology has saved their cost towards their activity, and they also can just do a simple task in their activity. Lastly is they didn't need to depend to the animal and manpower anymore to harvest and to plant their plantation. And for the conclusion, I can conclude that the most affected people in this area that have affected by the technology is farmer, because first they are able to get more harvest and save their cost. They also can get richer and have a better lifestyle, and they also didn't need to depend anymore on the animal and manpower. I think that's all my point for today. Thanks for listening. Thank you.
Ara, take 1, action.
Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to Azmina and all candidates. I am candidate B. The situation given that technology has brought a lot of changes to our life and has had a huge impact on the careers and livelihoods of many people. Which group of people has been affected the most by technology? In my opinion, I think that the technology has affected businessmen the most, because firstly, with technology, businessmen can discuss their business to other businessmen in a good medium. They can discuss with others how their business, where to order their things. And secondly, I think technology make business more easier, because the way they doing the business, they can contact the customer easily. They can meeting customer, for example, through Skype. They can face to face the customer, and next, they can make transaction easily. At home, they can easily transfer their money. They can check their money from the customer. Okay. Thirdly, they become more good and famous. For example, through social network, they can that is a good medium to advertise their business. For example, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. It can spread the business easily to over the world. So it's a good and fast and a very effective to businessmen through technology. Next, technology. Okay.
Ami, take 1, action.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to all the
Ami, take 2, action.
Good morning to the examiner and all the candidates. Technology has brought a lot of changes to our life and have a big heart and has a big huge impact on the careers in livelihoods of many people. In my opinion, the group of people that has been affected the most by the technology is surgeons. In my opinion, my main point is they can share latest information as perspectives. Like at the same time, the surgeons have more confidence as they can share a lot of facts with the society. For example, if one that want to have a surgeon, they can ask a lot of informations, as the surgeons have as the surgeon have the fact of a certain surgeons. Okay. Secondly, surgeons can save time and efforts. This is because nowadays there's a lot of technology that has been created to save the time and efforts. As we can see in Koreans, their surgeons just like a clinic. Everyone can go it every day. Next, I would like to point out the surgeons can able to detect the illness effectively. They can know the illness, what kind of illness is it, how to cure it. This means that everything will go smoothly. In my conclusions, I think that technology have brought a lot of changes in our life, especially the surgeons, of course, because everyone will be able to cure their illness.
Ami, take 3, action.
A very good morning to the examiner and all the candidates. Technology has brought a lot of changes in our life and have a huge impact on the careers and livelihoods of many people. In my opinion, the group of people that has been affected the most by technology is surgeons. My main point is the surgeons can share the latest information as they can get the resource from the scientists maybe. At the same time, they will gain a lot of confidence as they know how to make it, how to successfully that surgeries. For example, if one that want to have surgeons want to undergo surgeons, they can ask a lot of information as everyone know the facts, especially the surgeons, of course. Secondly, this means that a lot of technology nowadays has been created to save time and efforts, because now everyone got really busy, of course, right? And this means that everyone can go surgery with confidence. We know the facts. For example, we can see the Koreans. Everyone goes to the surgeons like every day. What I mean is they can go every day because they know the facts and they confident with it. Next, I'd like to point out that the surgeons can able to detect the illness successfully. They can know what kind of illness that, and it would be easier to all the people. In my conclusion, technology has brought a lot of changes to our life and has been a huge impact in life in many people. That's all.
Macha, take 1.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to all candidates and the examiner. I am candidate D. The topic today is technology has brought a lot of change to our life and has had a huge impact on the career and the livelihoods of many people. I think that technology has affected teachers the most. The first point is teachers with the technology, nowadays technology teachers, it will help teachers in the classroom using the multimedia tools in teaching, because most of the children nowadays are very visualistic, so they need help from CD. Next, work will be more easier, like marking papers, giving notes will be much easier. Next is teacher can get more information for teaching purpose. For example, teacher can search the information from the internet. Next is teacher can make a online forum to discuss about a topic that maybe because time in the class may not be enough. So as the conclusion, I think that the technology had affected teachers the most, because it can help teachers during their teaching class. They can make work much easier and also they can get more information for the teaching purpose. That's all for me. Thank you.
Okay.
Aku merekod dah. Take 1 Zumira.
Zubira take one lah.
Take 1 dulu lah.
Ni.
Take
Assalamualaikum.
Take 1 Zumira.
A very good.
Take 1 Zumira.
Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to the examiner and to all candidates. Okay, me myself as a candidate A will discuss about being good neighbor is important. Okay, what are some of qualities a good neighbor is? Okay, my point is I think a good neighbor is helpful. Okay, for my point, first point is show our concern and sincerity and care. Offer help and be observant. Okay, for my very first point, which is show our concern, sincerity and care. As one Malaysian, we have to we have the responsible to each other, which means showing our concern and sincerity can make our relationship as a Malaysian more tightened, because in Malaysia we have Indian, Chinese, Malay, and so on. So from that, we can relationship will be more tightened. My second point is can offer help. For example, if something happens to us, or if something happens to us which is illness, we can ask their help to take us to the hospital, because might be our children in the emergency situation, so their parents can't make they go to the hospital, so we can ask our neighbor favor to take us to the hospital. Okay, and my last point is be observant. Okay, which means keep on eyes on our house. If we go into our computer,
Take 2 Zumira.
Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to the examiner and to all the candidates. I, as a candidate A, will discuss about why neighbor is important. Okay, what are some qualities of a good neighbor? My point is, I think a good neighbor is helpful, which is show our concern, sincerity and care, be observant, and offer help. Okay, for my first point, show our concern and sincerity care. As one Malaysian, we have the responsible to take care of each other, and showing our concern, sincerity and care can make our relationship more tighten. Okay, because as we know, we have Chinese, Indian and Malay, so from this ethic we can be more tight. Our relationship can be more tightened. And second point is offer help. Okay, if something happened to us, which is illness, and might be our children be in the emergency situation, so the parents can make it there to go to the hospital. So we can ask their favor to take us to the hospital. Okay, for my last point is be observant. If we go into our hometown for a festival, for celebrating a festival, we can ask their favor to be an observant to our house, such as keep an eye on our house. Okay, as a conclusion, being a good neighbor is helpful, because we can show our concern, sincerity, care, and we can offer help, which is help each other and be observant Thank you.
Take 1 Amira.
Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to examiner and friends. I am candidate B. Okay, the situation states that what are some qualities of a good neighbor? In my opinion, a good neighbor is friendly. My first point, you have to smile and greet your neighbor. You have to smile and greet them. If you bump each other, yes, you have to greet them, say hi or hello, and yes, you have to smile with them. My second point, you don't be snobbish, because you live in a community. If you do so, you won't get friends. In addition, if there are any festivals or family occasion, yes, you can invite them. For example, if you go for a picnic, you can invite them too to join you and your family. Okay. My last point is offer help when they are in needy situation. If they need to sorry.
Take 2, Amira.
Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to examiner and friends. I am candidate B. The situation states that what are some qualities of a good neighbor? In my opinion, a good neighbor is friendly. My first point, you have to smile and greet your neighbor. If you bump each other with your neighbor, you have to smile. Say hello or hi, maybe. Okay. Furthermore, you don't be too snobbish. If you live in a community, if you are being snobbish, you won't get friends. Okay. In addition, if there are any festivals or family occasion, you can invite them. For example, if you are going for a picnic with your family, you can invite them too to join you and your family. Okay. As a conclusion, you have to be a good neighbor in terms of when you see them, you have to smile. Don't be too snobbish, and yes, invite them if there are any festivals or occasion. Okay, thank you.
Take 3, Amira.
Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to examiner and friends. I am candidate B. The situation states that some qualities of a good neighbor. In my opinion, a good neighbor is friendly. My first point, you have to smile and greet your neighbor. For example, you can say hello or hi when you meet them. Okay. If you furthermore, you don't be too snobbish because you live in a community. If you do so, you won't get friends. Okay. In addition, if there are any festivals or family occasion, you can invite them too. For example, if you are going for a picnic, you can ask them to join you and your family. Okay. My last point is, you can offer help when they are in a needy situation. You can yes, you can offer help to them. Okay. As a conclusion, to be a good neighbor, you have to be a good neighbor in terms of smile. Don't be too snobbish. Yes, you have to invite them when there are any family festivals or occasion. And the last point, yes, you have to offer help when they are in a needy time, and for example, in a needy time, and yes, you have to help them, and yes, thank you.
Take 1, D.
A very good morning to examiners. I am candidate C.
Tengok sini.
Boleh tak? Delete balik? Delete.
Take 2, D.
Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to examiner. I am candidate C, and the situation stated that one nation is about making Malaysian of different ethnicity and belief understand and respect each other's cultures and live in harmony. Being a good neighbor is important, and I believe that some quality of a good neighborhood is a tolerant one. Difficulties may occur if we live in a community, but then at the end of the day, we can make a very harmony neighborhood by using our common sense, and that provide us numbers of benefits. First of all, I propose my first point. We should be tolerant to consider our neighborhood lifestyle. My main point is more focused to the remedy problems. For instance, our neighbors that work at night. Quiet morning are very important to them, so we should moderate the noise and give respect on their rights. Keep situation under control. And second point to emphasize is alert to their parties. For example, we have such numerous ethnicity and cultures that we should develop with our neighbors. So how long the parties can be expected to go and be reasonable and tolerate to their culture, to their beliefs. And in order to gain respect, we should be tolerant to our neighbors and be reasonable. Last but not least, we will be aware to our surrounds as well as theirs. For example, being a neighborhood watch is not being a busybody one, but then, for example, for our own security, in our neighborhood security, and the most important thing is about cleanliness. We live in a neighborhood, so cleanliness is very important. For example, keep our garden tidy and keep our pets under control. What I can conclude by saying that comfortable neighborhood could be safer and harmony when we live. Thank you.
It's only 2 minutes and there is only going to be one take, and I'm serious.
Alright, I don't care about that. Why I record it already? Take one, Nat.
Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to the examiners and the candidates. I'm candidate D. Let's start by saying that I think that a good neighbor respects others. Firstly, they need to respect others' life because everyone has their own path. As an example, the neighbors respect the other's privacy to be polite. And following this, they also need to respect others' culture because everyone has their own culture. As an example, different ethnic and country have different culture. Sometimes our neighbor are a foreigner and we need to respect theirs to avoid misunderstanding. And then they have to respect others' religion. Every country has variety of religions. As an example, our neighbor could be from other religion and we need to respect that without making us an unmannered people. To conclude, a good neighbor should respect others to live a harmony life in the neighborhood. And thank you for letting me giving my points.
Take two, Nat.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A very good morning to the examiners and the candidates. I am candidate D. Let's start by saying that I think a good neighbor respects others. And firstly, they need to respect others' life because everyone has their own path. To give the example, the neighbor respects the other's privacy just to be polite so that they will think a good point of view to us. And then following this, they also need to respect others' culture because everyone has their own culture. And as an example, different ethnic and country have different culture. Sometimes our neighbor could be a foreigner and we need to respect theirs to avoid misunderstanding. And then they have to respect others' religion. Every country has various religion such as Islam, Buddhism, Christianity and etc. As an example, our neighbor could be from other religion and we need to respect that without making us an unmannered people, to become a reciprocal respect and considerate behavior. And to conclude that, a good neighbor should respect others to live a harmony life in the neighborhood. And thank you for letting me give you my points. Thank you.
Action.
Assalamualaikum and very good morning to examiner. This situation stated that Malaysia has seen a great deal of progress and development in the last 55 years. We still face some problems that will pose a threat to our continued prosperity. So, what do you think the most important thing that we should be urgently address, candidate A? Okay, Assalamualaikum and very good morning. Okay, and as candidate A, you bring a very important point, which is okay. Regarding to the topic, my point is. I think that the problem of an ever-increasing crime rate needs to be urgently addressed. Okay, why? Because first is society will be afraid to go out. Am I right? Yes. Okay, so as a citizen, we feel insecure to go out because there are lots of crime, which is rape, murder, among children, women. Okay. then even our parents are afraid to let their children or their daughter to be out there alone. Okay. And my second point is Malaysia. As we know, Malaysia is a harmony country. As we can see, the countries such as Gaza, Palestine, there was suffering in each day because there are lots of war and violence. And I'm as a citizen of Malaysia don't want to live in that situation. Sudo, you right? Yeah. Okay. So, how about you, candidate?
Yeah, Assalamualaikum. I am candidate B. Okay, in my opinion, problems that need to be most urgently addressed in Malaysia is the problem of over-dependence on foreign workers. Okay, nowadays we can see, right, that there are so many foreign workers from Bangla, Myanmar, right? Okay, this situation made our Malaysian don't have works. So if we don't have works, yes, of course, our Malaysian mind won't develop, right? Okay. Furthermore, okay, we also won't get income resource. So if we don't have income resource, how can we survive our life, right? We cannot depend on our parents. We have to work. Yes. So I think government should take action in this problem because yes, foreign workers, I don't think it gives advantage or any benefits to our country. Okay, so I think yes, this is the most urgently addressed, has to be addressed in Malaysia. Okay, how about you, candidates?
So I would like to propose the problem that I think that should be urgently addressed, such as my main point is depletion of natural resources. So we Malaysian, we live in oil-based nation. Oil is very important to us. So when the price of oil is increased, so automatically everything in this Malaysia is increased. Each of things in this Malaysia is increased. The food, our base resource, everything is increased in rise in price. I mean, so if we have this kind of problem, we have to face this kind of problem because I think it's actually our country can't make much profit because we rely on, for example, we rely on the other country too for gain our natural resource. For example, our rice, our oil. So we rely too much on other countries. So we can't make, and we cannot gain much profit. If we be the country for who supply our needs to other country, I'm pretty sure that our country will gain more profit. And this is government should take note on this because, as we all know, we are not in a very high quality, high grade, high quality, and in money for our country. But then, if we can have a look on this problem, I think it would help our country to gain more profit. So, what about you, candidate D?
Thank you, candidate C. And for me, what I think the problem that needs to be most urgently addressed is that the brain drain. The problem of brain drain needs to be most urgently addressed in Malaysia because this may make us Malaysians being looked down by others. As an example, other countries thought that us are lacking of idea or bring a brain drain. And then the other point is that because we are actually in this new era, we are lacking of educated people. It is because that the new generation prefer the entertainment more than education. As an example, the new generation prefer to be a YouTube or the internet artist, such as blogger, YouTube and etc. But actually, the education is the most important because without the education, they will not gain the profit or the way to live a life in this new era that is full of technology and much more. And I think that is the problem that needs to be most urgently addressed.
Yeah, I do think as well as actually our all problem that need to be urgently addressed. But then, as for conclusion, I think the most important thing that we need to be urgently addressed is about over-depending to foreigner workers.
Yes, I also agree with your statement. Yes.
Yeah, the reason why I said so is because I think that yes, indeed, the foreigner worker do help our country in development, the building things.
Yes.
But then we Malaysian also need these basic things. I mean, our own idea to do this, to make it realized, but then not to depending on our foreigner workers.
Yes, because this is our country, right?
Yes.
We cannot let our Malaysian live without works,
Yeah.
and give opportunity to another workers from other country to work in our country. So I think this is not good. Not really
Yes,
good.
I agree with both of you, but if you notice one thing that foreign workers in each day, we can see through the news that foreign workers do lots of crime, right?
Yeah.
Such as rob,
Yes.
rape, and we still, according to the increasing of crime rate. I'm sorry. I think we should reduce the
Yes, also depends.
reduce the rate, because actually the crime rate is increasing because of these illegals actually.
Yes.
So, yes, and in addition to this, the overdependence on the working for foreign workers, that actually the Malaysian people also need to try to get the works instead of the foreign worker.
Yeah.
Because actually they are more suitable for the works and not the foreign worker, because they actually doesn't know how to speak well in our
You're right.
language, and sometimes maybe they are hard work, they have a hard work, but actually we live in this country, so we need to be the most
lots.
and lots. That's what my point.
And these workers are costing us lots actually.
Yes.
We are not gaining any profit, but then we are giving our money to them.
Yes.
Yeah, by paying their salaries, by paying their so and so on. But then we are actually make Malaysia as one country that are profitable, much comfortable. But then we are this country is chaotic with these people, these foreigner, because they are everywhere. We are Malaysian, we can see like almost jobless, some of us.
Yes, actually, what they gain in here, the salary, they gain more profit in their country because their currency is higher.
Okay. In a conclusion, I think we have made our decision.
Yes.
So we did think that we are too dependent on foreign workers. So this should be urgently addressed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Today we are here to discuss several way to, because we know that Malaysia now is lagging behind to help the disabled to live comfortable. So I think the best way is to raise their allowance monthly, because by that way they can live more comfortably. So that what do you think, candidate A?
I think, yeah, you got a good point, but I think that Malaysia should have more training center, because when we have a more training center, the disabled will be more self-supporting. Because what's the point if we get more money but the one itself cannot help himself? Because I think that everything, especially self-supporting, everything starts from the oneself. Yeah, well, but that's what you think.
I think it's better if the government provides more education scholarship to overall obtain higher educations. As when they got scholarship, they will study more, as they will help themselves. It's important to help themselves. So
the government we have the first, and they will try to achieve more. So what about you, candidate?
Oh, I agree with you, because education not help the disabled to live good and very comfortable in present time, but in future. Within scholarship, then it can help the disabled. It can help the disabled to have a knowledge and in the present time, not as also in present time, but also in future. For future, the disabled can have a very good work and with a good salary to help the disabled and also to help the nation. How about you?
Yes, yeah, I agree with you, but I think it's better if Malaysia have more. I stress about it. Malaysia have to have more training center. As I said just now, self-supporting is everything start from oneself. What if what's the point if we have more education scholarship, but then this disabled person has a very low esteem. So do you think they can further their study when the level of confidence very low? That's why I said, that's why I stress on this last self-supporting is very important for them to move on.
Can I interrupt?
Yes,
I think your point is correct, but I also think in nowadays era, money is more important than everything, because without money we cannot do anything. We cannot buy food, we cannot buy our needs and so on. So that I think that a bigger monthly salary allowance is more important than the training center to prepare the disabled to be more self-supporting.
So are you suggesting that we should help, give everything to disabled? We just give them everything so that they don't have to help themselves. They just waiting for other help. They won't have to help themselves.
I don't see like that. I think that supporting is important, but the most important thing is the money, because nowadays money is everything. So what about you, candidate C?
It's true, I agree with you. Money is nowadays everything, as the governments have raised all the price of the products. You too have feel the effect, right?
Yeah.
So I think it is better if they can give a bigger allowance, because it will help the society to work.
Can I interrupt?
With
Okay. In my opinion, education or scholarship help the disabled obtain higher education the most, because with education they also can gain self-esteem. They can gain money in present and future. With high education, I think the disabled can obtain a very high education, not only for education, but can help the disabled to improve their life in present and future. How about you?
What if the governments have the education or the society education, but how if the persons the government send it to further the study overseas? What if happen if the government to provide the bigger allowance? How will they survive there? Do you have any?
If government provide a bigger monthly allowance to them, to the students,
Yes, what to have?
Can I interrupt?
Yes.
So that now you are stressed about giving allowance because it's for their future. But now let's think. What will they do now for the what we call
ungrateful.
Yes.
Ungraduate.
So what will they do? They will not receive any scholarship. So
I
How
think
about that?
that's point is regarding to the bigger monthly allowance, but education is, I think that the most important is education
Okay,
in our
may
life,
I interrupt?
not in school but in our life. Education is very important.
Okay, may I interrupt? Okay, I still think that self-supporting is very important because okay, you say that the price of nowadays is increasing, but how did we as a normal person survive? Because we have the self-supporting, we have from ourselves, we support ourselves, we confident that we can go through this economic problem. That's why I say self-supporting. If you don't get the scholarship, but then you need to what? Kill yourself? No, we have to survive. We have to made up our mind. We can survive this. Same goes with the disabled person. Just because they do not perfect like other person, but they still can success.
Can I interrupt again?
Okay, you may.
You said that supporting is important, but that we think again and again, what will we do if we didn't have any money? We cannot support anything without money. So here I am stressed about the monthly allowance that should be given to the disabled. Is need to be raised more. So I think that's the main point, the main step that the government should do to help them.
That's true. I also agree with that.
Yes, I also agree with that.
Yes. In my opinion, it's very good if we give them a bigger allowance. It can help more.
Okay, for me I think
Time for the conclusion.
okay, I think I have to agree with the
Yes.
We all agree.
Malaysia have to give bigger monthly
Yes.
allowance,
You must agree with me.
so that the disabled may lead to more comfortable life.
Not only for comfortable life, for also, yes.
Okay, as the conclusion, we all agree that Malaysia should give a bigger monthly allowance to help the disabled that may lead for more comfortable life. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Action.
Assalamualaikum guys.
Salam.
Okay, I'm Muhammad Anas Muhammad Ridwadin.
I'm Muhammad Rafid bin Muhammad Ali Nafia.
And I'm Akmal Ismail.
Okay, we are given a task here. We have to discuss about the situation. Okay, let me read the question again. Malaysia has achieved a great deal in 55 years of independence. What has been our greatest success? Okay, Hanafi, what do you think our greatest success ever since we achieved independence?
Thank you, Anas. From my point of view, Malaysia's greatest achievement is about racial harmony. Since our country get our independence day by not using blood, but actually we have an agreement. That means our race, there are no races in our country. It means not like other countries such as Vietnam whatsoever. They has to use the blood to get their independence.
Yeah, I see. You mean by war?
Yes, they get their independence by war.
Yeah, it's quite true. Yeah, I read about history. We achieve our independence by form right instead of by sacrificing our young bloods on field. What about you? Do you agree with what Hanafi just said?
I'm afraid that I have to disagree because it's not like we settle about the issues of racial. We still have some issues of racial. As you can see, we have some issues on, for example, like we have the problem between, if you can see very clearly, because Malay and Chinese automatically they won't be together. They have some problems here. What I can see is that there are some racial issues. It's not decided yet, so that's why I can say I have to disagree.
So you are disagreeing with the point racial harmony. So you are saying that ever since we achieved independence, we haven't settled the racial harmony yet.
Yes.
Okay. Let me think about that point because I haven't think yet about that. Okay, but from my opinion, I really do believe that ever since we achieved independence, we excelled better in educational excellence. Okay, for instance, ever since the war has ended, young bloods or young teenage of our country, citizen, they are given opportunities to study, focus on their study instead of worrying about wars and things. And we also have more students that are sent overseas to complete their studies. What do you think?
With that point, I can agree, totally agree, because I can find the correlation between independence and education, because I can see the progression level of education is really on a good track, because with the levels of UPSR, PMR, SPM, it is still the same thing from 55 years before, except for today, the PMR has been substituted with such as vocational college. These days, it speeds up the time for students to graduate. Moreover, in 55 years, we already have Maura, which is Maura support students to be better,
to excel.
Yes. And also, graduated students will have bright future with the help of Maura and some other agency.
What do you think about the educational point?
I think I still don't agree with you guys, because I still with my point, the racial harmony. Nowadays most of the college they introduce Mandarin in the educational subject as a subject.
Yes.
So that means that they actually want us as a Malaysian to bond with other ethnic. I say our country has racial harmony also, because actually bahasa Melayu, our bahasa Melayu is our national language. That's what was agreed by three biggest ethnic in our country: Chinese, Melayu, and Indian. They actually agree with it, and Islam as a religion and other more. I think racial harmony is still my
point. Yeah, you have a strong evidence there. Yeah, I started thinking Chinese as a subject. I really think that is a really great idea. For instance, here in KPMM, we also have Chinese. We also introduce Chinese language to the newcomers, and their purpose is to not only create the bond, but create opportunities to
work together with them.
Yeah, to work together with them. So yeah, I could say that we really do achieve a racial harmony in that ways. And plus, do you have anything to say about racial?
I don't think, because I totally disagree. It is because that not only we can narrow our scopes in the college, but we can see in publicly there have been some racial issues.
Sorry to interrupt. Actually, we cannot make some case what you said is there are some rational issue in the country, right? But we cannot assume that small issue it's all about the whole country. Actually,
the thing is, both of you guys have an excellent point to support your ideas. I could agree with the racial harmony, and I also could agree with educational excellence. But the thing is, from my opinion, I really do think we achieve racial harmony a lot more because nowadays students started to decrease their excellence in their studies because they are more focused on outside things, entertainment. But still, we still improve a lot in racial harmony. We start introducing new different ethnic language. Okay, guys, we are about to come to our conclusion. So, what do you think, Akmal? Do you have any changes or? Okay, let me start first. Okay, I think we both. Ever since we achieve independence, we are both excel in educational excellence and racial harmony. But then, racial harmony stands more because we do a lot of things to our country. The changes that strengthen the bond between different races in our country. What do you think?
I agree with you on that because. Say about rational harmony, we also celebrate their culture. Like before this, Tomo Cina and others, we also celebrate them. What about you?
Okay, for 55 years, I have lived for 20 years. Alright, there has not been a serious issue actually. We celebrated their festivals, not realizing the borders between other, religion. We celebrate it very well. So that's all that I can say. Thank you.
Okay, guys, thank you.